Jai Hind, Vande Mataram friends. How are you all of you? Fine? We already completed supply part, cost and revenue. Now, we are going to understand today the concept of demand. Okay, already in detail I explained you this chapter. Now this is our revision part, and here the concept which has left during the teaching time, that I am going to explain you. Okay, so let's talk about first demand. What is demand? So demand is the quantity of a commodity which a buyer desire is able and willing to buy. The most important thing is there, your desire should be there, and at the same time you should willful to purchase the commodity, and particular price, particular place, particular time. At the same time, commodity should be available in the market and the seller is ready to sell. Then you can say that is the demand of particular person. Next, substitute goods. When we use one goods instead of another one, that is called the substitute. Instead of trouser, if you are wearing jeans pant, then jeans is the substitute of trouser. Okay, you have scooty with you, instead of that you are using any other motorbike, then that motorbike is the substitute of scooty. Okay, so that is the substitute. Coca-Cola, instead of that you are taking Pepsi or Thumbs Up, then that is the substitute of Coca-Cola. Okay, so that type of goods are called the substitute goods. So substitute goods are those goods which can be easily used in the place of another. One more example we can take, tea instead of coffee. Such goods have the similar characteristics. They can be used alternatively in satisfying the want. Second one is the complementary goods. Okay, means both have the coexistence with each other. One is incomplete with another one. Best example, front of your board. If there is no chalk, then board is useless. Then chalk and board are the complement to each other. Similarly, a trouser and t-shirt or pant or shirt, they are the complement of each other. Another example, let's take, so many different examples are there. Pencil, eraser, complementary goods. Okay, car, petrol, complementary goods. So complementary goods are goods which are consumed together. One good cannot be consumed without the another, means one is useless without another one. In other words, there must be consumed jointly to satisfy a given want. Next is your demand curve. Whatever you can see just now in your front, this is the demand curve. इसको हम लोग demand curve बोलते हैं. You can see beside that price and demand, that is the schedule. When that schedule is converted into graph and you get that A, B, C, D point and slope downward, that is your demand curve. And one more thing I forgot to mention here, this is your demand and this is your price. Okay, y-axis represent the price and x-axis represent the demand. Okay, and in higher price rupees 8, least demand 10, lower price rupees 2, higher demand 40. So slope is downward and there is an inverse relationship between the price and the demand. Next, expansion of demand. when other demand determined remain unchanged. The rise in demand of goods when price falls means due to the falls in price and other factor do not influence, then that concept is known as the expansion of demand. Next, contraction of demand. When another demand determinants remain unchanged, the fall in demand of the goods when price rise is called contraction of demand. Okay. Next, demand function means factor which influence the demand are called the demand function. Price is included in that. Customer taste, demography, income, and so many complementary goods, substitute goods, price rise or falls near future. All these are the factors which influence the demand and they are called the demand function. Next is your price elasticity of demand. Elasticity means when due to change in income or any other reason, demand become more and less, means demand has stretched, then that is called price elasticity demand. Price elasticity of demand shown in the proportion to which demand changes with change in price. Perfectly elastic demand, when there is an infinite change in demand because of the negligible change in price, then such demand is called perfectly elastic demand. Perfectly inelastic demand, when price changes by any amount but there is no change in demand, means price is changing but demand is not changing, such demand is called perfect inelasticity demand. Next, substitution effect. Due to substitute goods, when demand is rise or fall, then that effect is called the substitute effect. When price of the concerned goods fall, it becomes relatively cheaper than the substitute. Hence, the consumer will reduce the consumption of substitute goods and expand the demand for the concerned good. This is the substitute effect. Income effect. When monetary income of the consumer remains constant but price of the goods falls, then her or his real income rises. When real income, consumer can buy more goods and demand rise. This is called income effect. Next, real income. Real income is the purchasing power of the money income which the consumer has in his pocket. In other words, amount of goods which is given money income can buy in the real income. All the inferior goods, okay, that goods are called the given goods in economic term. Given goods are those goods whose demand falls when their price falls. Ultimately, what is the law of demand? If price has falls, demand has rise. But here, if price has falls normal to abnormal way, then demand does not rise. Okay, even demand fall, and that type of goods are called the given goods. Okay, because this phenomena was observed by Sir Robert Giffen of Britain, and that's why this impact of demand or unusual pattern of demand of the inferior goods is called the given goods. Next, prestigious goods. Goods consumed by the rich people to enhance their social status and prestige are called the prestigious goods, like car, good brand car are included in that, and ultimately this kind of commodity, their slantly rise or fall in price does not influence the demand. Their demand is likely to remain unchanged or increase when their price rise or falls. Next is price elasticity demand. The quantitative relationship between the proportionate change of demand and proportionate change of price of commodity is known as price elasticity of demand. And last is your income elasticity and cross elasticity. So it is the extent of responsiveness of demand in the change in income, consumer income. And last is the cross elasticity, when the demand of the concerned commodity change in response to the change in price and its related goods, then extent of such change is demand is called the cross elasticity of demand. So I hope you understood this much. Here we completed the concept, different concept of demand. Okay, and you start learn, because very soon you are going to face your exams, and at that time all this revision will be helpful. So bye, see you all of you, and take care. Okay, see you.